Hello, welcome to the world of chemistry. And this is Dr. Vikram Panchal. I am dealing with spectroscopy for chemistry. This is lecture number 27. In this lecture, I will explain you what is allowed and forbidden transitions in carbonyl compound. In previous lecture, I started about carbonyl groups, that is C double bond O, in which how the orbitals are being arranged. So that was left over. So I will finish it in this lecture also. So in carbonyl group, there will be one sigma bond. This is sigma bond. That at present we are not interested in sigma bond because we are discussing the UV visible spectra having range of 200 to 800 nanometer, in which sigma to sigma star transition is not allowed. So here for us the most important is pi bonds and n orbitals. Okay, in this case pi orbital, pi orbitals, pi and pi star orbitals are in one plane. But n orbitals are in different plane. That means plane of pi and pi star and n orbitals are different. Suppose, first of all, let us discuss pi to pi star transition. So here, one electron from pi orbital transfer to pi star orbital and reach here. This is known as pi to pi star transition. Okay, so pi to pi star transition in which electron will shift from pi orbital to pi star orbital, but here the plane of symmetry does not changes. Therefore, this transition followed selection rule. And known as allowed transition. Well, in allowed transitions, the probability is maximum. The probability of transition is maximum. And therefore, the value of epsilon maxima would be greater than 10,000. Okay. This transition produce a huge band in UV visible spectra with high intensity and known as K band, and K stands for conjugate. It is a German word for conjugation. Okay. So this normally pi to pi star transitions produce K band. Why? Because this transition is allowed transition. But now, if electron transfer from n orbital to pi star orbital, which is known as n to pi star transition, then the plane of symmetry changes because n orbitals and pi star orbitals are in different planes. So let us discuss n to pi star transition. In this transition, when electron is transferred from n orbital to pi star orbital, plane of symmetry changes. Because both are in different plane. Follow? Because both orbitals are in different plane. So in this transition, selection rule is not followed. So that it is known as forbidden transition. This has very less probability and therefore it has a very low intensity. That is, the value of epsilon maxima would be less than 100. So this is the characteristic of n to pi star transition, and as it is having very low value of epsilon maxima, the band appear in UV visible spectra due to this transition would be very small and known as R band. R is again a German word, stands for radical. Okay, so we can have K band for pi to pi star transition and R band for n to pi star transition. Okay, Let us take one more example to understand both pi to pi star transition and n to pi star transition. So example is of mesitile oxide. It is known as 4-methyl sorry for interruption. It is known as 4-methyl 3-pentene 2-one. This is the structure of mesitile oxide. And mesitile oxide have C double bond O group and C double bond C group, and these groups are in conjugation. So this becomes a system, and it is known as enone system. Okay, so if we see the graph of mesitile oxide, that is UV visible spectra, it would be like this. This is absorbance and this is wavelength from 200 onwards. This will go up to 350 here. I am showing you a highlight of this only. So the graph goes like this. So here you can see huge peak having higher value of absorbance or higher value of epsilon maxima, and this is because of pi to pi star transition. And this band is known as K band. This is the graph of mesitile oxide, in which the value of epsilon maxima would be greater than 10,000. And the second one is here, very small band, and that is due to n to pi star transition. And it is known as R band, in which the value of epsilon maxima will be less than 100. So that height of this graph will be very small. So this way, this becomes a lambda maxima value for the graph or for mesitile oxide. Okay. So this way, in UV visible spectra, the most important transition is pi to pi star transition. Of course, n to pi star is equally important, but normally it appears with a small band because of forbidden transition. So n to pi star is forbidden transition, pi to pi star is allowed transition, and this is the main aim of discussing this type of example. So that's it in this lecture. Thank you so much.